So, you've decided to travel the Nile. Fantastic. You're not just picking any river. This is the legendary Nile, a waterway that has inspired explorers, poets, and dreamers for thousands of years. You've seen the photos, pyramids, sunsets, tourists on fancy boats. That's the brochure. The glossy images make it look easy, almost effortless, as if you'll be sipping tea while the wonders of Egypt float by. The real journey? It's more like walking from New York to LA on water, with crocodiles, relentless sun, and zero Starbucks. You'll trade city lights for starlit skies, and the hum of traffic for the call of wild birds. You're about to tackle the world's longest river, winding through deserts, rainforests, and ancient cities. Every bend brings a new landscape, a new challenge, and a new story to tell. This isn't a vacation. It's an endurance test disguised as sightseeing. Expect sweat, sunburn, and the occasional existential crisis as you drift past history. Over 4,000 miles, 11 countries, and 1,000 ways to be asked if you want a souvenir. Every stop is a new culture, a new language, and a new opportunity to practice your bargaining skills. The Nile has seen empires rise and fall, and it's still flowing, unfazed. It's a living timeline, carrying secrets and stories from the dawn of civilization to today. Why do this? Maybe you want adventure, maybe you want stories, or maybe you just want to say you did it. Whatever your reason, you'll come back with memories you can't buy in any gift shop. Get ready for history, chaos, and a boat with questionable Wi-Fi. You'll learn to appreciate the little things, like a working charger or a cool breeze. Pack your humor, more important than extra shoes. Laughter will get you through the long days, the unexpected delays, and the moments when nothing goes as planned. This is the Nile to nowhere, magnificent, maddening, and unforgettable. It's a journey that will test you, surprise you, and leave you in awe. Let's get this ridiculous adventure started. Grab your sense of wonder, and let's see where the river takes us. Where does the Nile begin? It's a question that has fascinated explorers, scientists, and locals for centuries, sparking countless expeditions and debates. The answer? Well, that's still up for debate. The Nile's origins are as mysterious as they are legendary, with multiple countries claiming to be its true starting point. The Nile isn't just one river, it's a group project made up of two main branches, the White Nile and the Blue Nile, each with its own unique journey and personality. The White Nile, often called the Marathon Runner, begins its long trek in the highlands of Burundi or Rwanda, winding its way through lush landscapes before pouring into Lake Victoria, then meandering north for thousands of kilometers. Along the way, it's calm, scenic, and teeming with wildlife. Hippos, birds, and crocodiles all call its banks home, at least in the beginning. The Blue Nile, the wild sibling, bursts dramatically from Lake Tana in Ethiopia, carving through rugged terrain, creating powerful rapids and waterfalls, and bringing with it floods and rich, fertile silt. This silt is the reason Egypt isn't just endless sand. It's what made ancient Egyptian civilization possible, turning desert into a green, fertile ribbon. These two mighty rivers finally meet in Khartoum, Sudan, a dramatic swirl of muddy and clear waters, marking the true birth of the Nile as we know it. From there, united, they become the Nile proper, flowing northward through Sudan and into Egypt, ready for their final epic act. It's a symbolic union, a blending of forces, and the start of the river's toughest, most challenging stretch. The easy green part is over. The river now faces a relentless journey through harsh, unforgiving desert. From here on, it's all about survival, desert heat, endless sand, and the echoes of ancient history lining its banks. The Nile's real adventure begins now. Are you ready to follow its path through mystery, challenge, and wonder? Let's go. The journey kicks off in Uganda, where the Nile is young and wild. At Jinja, the river explodes from Lake Victoria. Think whitewater rapids and bungee jumping, not lazy drifting. Markets buzz, motorcycles weave, and fishermen cast nets as they have for centuries. Its ancient tradition meets adrenaline tourism. Venture into the Bwindi forest to meet mountain gorillas, humbling, unforgettable. Along the river hippos, crocodiles, and a birdwatcher's paradise. It's a lush, vibrant start that lulls you into thinking the whole trip will be this easy. Spoiler, it won't. Enjoy the jungle while it lasts. The desert is coming. Leaving Uganda behind, the mighty Nile enters South Sudan, marking a dramatic shift in both landscape and atmosphere. The river, once playful and energetic, now takes on a more serious, determined character as it carves its way northward. Here, it spreads into the vast Sud wetlands, a wild, nearly impassable swamp that stretches for miles. This is one of the world's largest wetlands, a maze of reeds, water, and floating islands that challenge even the most seasoned explorers. In this remote region, life revolves around the river. Cattle camps dot the banks, ancient cultures thrive, and traditions are passed down through generations. It's a way of life that has remained unchanged for centuries, deeply connected to the rhythms of the Nile. There are no souvenir shops or tourist traps here, just raw, unfiltered reality. The people live simply, their daily routines shaped by the river's moods. As the Nile crosses into Sudan, the landscape transforms dramatically. Lush green riverbanks give way to endless stretches of desert, and the air grows hotter and drier with every mile. In Khartoum, the white and blue Niles finally unite, merging their waters in a powerful confluence that has shaped civilizations for millennia. From here, the river becomes the only lifeline in a vast sea of sand, sustaining oases and communities that would otherwise vanish in the harsh desert. Along its banks, Sudan's lesser-known pyramids rise from the sands, marking the ancient kingdom of Kush, a civilization as grand as Egypt, but far less visited. Hospitality here is legendary. Locals welcome travelers with tea and stories, but the journey is unpredictable. Roads can vanish, plans change, and patience is not just a virtue, but a necessity. This is the point where casual tourists drop out, and only true adventurers press on, drawn by the challenge and the promise of discovery. The heat is relentless, the journey physically and mentally demanding, testing the limits of endurance and determination. But for those who persist, the rewards are immense. Authentic encounters with remarkable people, breathtaking scenery, and moments that will never be forgotten. Here, the Nile is no longer just a river. It's the very essence of survival, the heartbeat of every community along its banks. If you're still with us, you're ready for the real story. The greatest adventure lies ahead. Onward to Egypt. Enter Egypt, the Nile's grand stage. Here, the river is a floating museum. Temples rise from the banks, and history is everywhere. Cruise past Philae, Abu Simbel, and Luxor's Valley of the Kings. Monuments built for eternity. The tourism machine is in full swing. Luxury boats, expert guides, and endless photo ops. Every stop is an archaeological wonder. Walk among columns, feel dwarfed by ancient ambition. Yet life along the river continues. Farmers, children, villages thriving as they have for millennia. The Nile is still Egypt's heart. This is the epic finale, ancient and modern, monumental and everyday. It's everything you imagined, and more. The journey's crescendo. Welcome to Cairo, where the Nile meets pure chaos. The city's soundtrack? Car horns. Traffic is a free-for-all, and crossing the street is an Olympic event. The river, now tired and crowded, flows through a metropolis of 20 million. Take a felucca at sunset for a rare moment of peace, until a party boat blares techno nearby. The pyramids of Giza loom over the city, surreal and majestic, right next to a Pizza Hut. Ride a camel, dodge selfie sticks, and marvel at the Sphinx's eternal side-eye. Cairo is more than pyramids. It's bazaars, museums, street food, and relentless energy. The Nile's final stop is exhausting, enchanting, and unforgettable. Here, ancient wonders and modern madness collide. The river's journey is almost done. The Nile isn't just for tourists, it's home to some serious wildlife. Meet the Nile crocodile, ancient, massive, and definitely not friendly. That floating log? Maybe don't wave. Hippos lurk too, cute but deadly, fiercely territorial. Bird life is spectacular, but keep your eyes peeled for what's watching you. In Egypt, crocodiles were once worshipped as gods. Sobek, the protector. Today they're a reminder: respect the river. Don't swim, don't dangle your feet, and always listen to your guide. The wildlife is thrilling, humbling, and a little terrifying. It's a wild place, not a theme park. Enjoy the spectacle from a safe distance. The Nile's oldest residents are always watching. Instagram shows the Nile as flawless: sunsets, linen outfits, #blessed. Reality? Sweat, dust, and photo-bombing selfie sticks. Your white clothes won't stay white, and your hair will have a mind of its own. For every perfect shot, there are 10 awkward, hilarious fails. You'll get lost, overpay for souvenirs, and try food your stomach regrets. These mishaps are the real stories, the ones you'll laugh about later. The Nile forces you to let go of perfection and embrace the chaos. The magic is in the unexpected kindness from strangers, shared laughter, and wild adventures. Take your photos, but live the moment. The real bucket list is the messy, unpredictable journey. That's the story worth telling. After thousands of miles, the Nile quietly dissolves into the Mediterranean. No dramatic finish, just a gentle delta merging with the sea. You look back: Uganda's jungles, Sudan's deserts, Egypt's temples, Cairo's chaos. You've followed a single thread of water through history, culture, and survival. Did you find enlightenment? Maybe not. But you did something epic. You saw how one river shapes millions of lives and entire civilizations. The world feels bigger, more complex, and more beautiful. You've earned the stories, the photos, and the right to say, actually, the Nile has 2 sources. From source to sea, you've done it. The ultimate bucket list complete. So, what's next? Maybe the Amazon? Adventure never really ends.